Hi everybody, Debbie Chu here from Chew on Vegan, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'll be making stuffed delicata squash. And this is a delicata squash. You've probably seen these in the store. And this is going to be a nice little entree. I'm going to stuff it with mushrooms, potatoes, quinoa, some green onions, some parsley, and it's going to be delicious. And the cool thing about these squash is that they have a very thin skin. And so you can, once they're cooked, you can eat the skin, so you don't have to peel it, which sometimes can be difficult. And this it's got kind of like a butternut squash flavor. So we're just going to cut these and get these ready to roast. So we're just gonna cut the end off here, and then we're gonna cut it down the middle and scoop out the seeds. So we've got them cut in half, so now we're just going to scoop out all the seeds. All the seeds are out, and this is going to make just the perfect little boat for our stuffing. So I'm going to put this on a cookie sheet, and then the next thing we're going to cut is our potatoes. I've got a couple of potatoes. I'm going to just cut these up into small chunks, and I'm going to roast those with the squash. So the potatoes are all cubed up. As you can see, they're about the size of like a dice. So we're going to put this on the same cookie sheet as the squash. Now we're going to season with a little salt and pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of ground rosemary on the potatoes. I'm just going to toss this around. And that is it. We're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes till they're nice and brown. So while the squash and the potatoes are roasting, we're going to start working on the filling. So we're going to be taking about 6 to 8 mushrooms. I've got cremini mushrooms. I'm going to just chop them up pretty fine. I'm going to add some green onions and some parsley, and we're going to saute that in a little vegetable broth. Mushrooms are all chopped, so in the pan they go. We're going to saute these on medium-high heat for about 10 minutes-ish, until they reduce down and release their liquid. The mushrooms have cooked down, as you can see. Now we're going to cut our green onions. Okay, we're going to cut the ends off here. Okay, and then this is one bunch, and we're just going to cut up until we get to the dark green. And you can save that for later for something else. So we're going to throw this in. And we're going to do a couple tablespoons of fresh parsley. Just chop that up. Okay. That goes in. So I added a little bit more veggie broth, and we're just going to let this saute for a couple more minutes. In the meantime, we're going to cut our apple up. And this is a organic Honeycrisp apple, my favorite apple. You can use whatever apple you'd like. And we're just going to cut this up the same size as the potatoes, little like dice size. And then we're going to put that into our stuffing at the end. So I put the mushroom green onion mixture here in a bowl. Then I'm going to add my quinoa, and what I did was 2 cups of veggie broth with 1 cup of quinoa. And then we're going to fold in the apples. And the apples are just going to give it a nice little sweetness to balance out the oniony flavor. And we're going to season it with a little salt and pepper. And a couple tablespoons of nutritional yeast. I'm just going to eyeball it. 1, 2, and maybe just a teeny bit of oregano. Half a tablespoon or something. All the exact measurements will be in the description box. So we're just going to stir this all together, and then we're going to be ready to stuff our squash as soon as it's done roasting. So the potatoes and the squash are all done. I'm going to add the potatoes to the quinoa mixture, and then we're going to stuff our squash. Okay, I've got a nice big spoon, and I'm just going to start filling these. These are just like the perfect little boat for all the stuffing. Love it. And this filling is probably enough for about 8 of these little halves, so you could feed quite a few people. And if you noticed, I didn't use any oil, because you really don't need to use oil. Not necessary. Okay, let's plate it up and give it a taste. So there you have it, stuffed delicata squash. Yummy. So let's give it a taste. Here we go. That is really good. That sweetness from the apple, you know, kind of counterbalances the savory. It is really, really good. This will be a great holiday dish, and even non-vegans will like it. And remember, it's good for you, it's good for the animals, and it's good for the planet. And when you put on your plate, determines your fate. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Until next time, thank you.